I think Terran is having some audio issues.
Terrathon.
We begin our tale with a sound. As the void of unconsciousness starts to fade, your first sense to kick back in is your hearing. At first, it's just that high-pitched ringing, but as they start to clear, you can hear the roaring sound of wind, like a storm or a wind tunnel. As you wake further, you can feel your body and everything aches. As you go to shift yourself to stretch the pain away, you realize there's nothing to shift against. No walls, no ground, no nothing. You open your eyes, and the adrenaline helps to clear the mental fog as you see the fire and smoke from the cargo plane breaking in half above you, and the fact that you are in freefall. Your memories still feel scattered, but the hint that you had a package to deliver breaks through. Something in the trunk of a car for someone named the Sugar Cat? Other people plummet through the air with you, alongside net-covered cargo crates and what looks like an old 1950s Cadillac convertible. On one of the cargo crates crouches an individual in what looks like black tactical gear. We are going to start this with a bang. Going to do our first rolls as initiative. So, DFib, you had a nat 20, which means you're going to get a major effect on yours. Now, thankfully, you know a little bit more about the Cypher System than others. So, a major effect, of course, can be numerous different things. A bonus to your character in some way, modifying the circumstances around you. Before I offer any suggestions, do you know of any major effects you think would be pretty cool for your character on your initiative? Anything that would make sense?
I want to use my electrical superhero powers to jumpstart the freaking Ford Thunderbird that I'm in. Right?
Oh,
and
shit.
Then back to the future style, fly it to my allies, to my friends, to go save them. I don't know if that's possible, but I want to do it.
I'd say flying a 1950s Cadillac convertible around the sky might be a little bit much, even for a major effect, but I will let you automatically jumpstart it.
Yeah, but can I try to just steer it in a way that I just get while we're falling, I get under the other people so I can catch them.
Tell you what, and this, by the way, I promote my players haggling with me. That's the way Cypher works in the way I run it. So I like this. Tell you what, I will let you jumpstart the car, and on your turn, if you want to try and move the car, if you want to try and aim it in a certain direction as your action, I will not only allow you to do so, but I'm going to provide you an asset when you do that. DFib, you're the first one to go, but before we get into what you're doing here, you awaken sitting in the driver's seat of a 1950s Cadillac convertible. Coming to as quickly as you do, you're able to jumpstart the car with your electrical. What does it look like as you're jumpstarting the car? What is happening as your electricity goes off?
Well, I know it sounds really epic, but actually all I do is just take my index finger and just put it in the ignition key thing where the ignition key goes normally, and just put some electricity into the right wires and just jumpstart it. It's an old car. You can jumpstart it with the freaking screwdriver.
Yeah, you can. All right. So yeah, you stick it in, you're barely awake and you're already starting. You're in the driver's seat of a car, to start it. But I have another question to ask you as well. You're sitting in the car, but sitting next to you with their seatbelt on is a person. Who are they?
Oh, the co-pilot of the plane.
The co-pilot of the plane. So you, as the plane was going down or exploding, you managed to save the co-pilot of the plane.
Yeah, and I just go, I'm behind the steering wheel, and I just go to the co-pilot and I just say, "You're on the right seat."
She wakes up or she's dazed. I'm gonna say she's probably concussed at the same time. So the co-pilot lolls around, her eyes sort of rolling up a little bit, and all you hear from her is not completely there. It is your turn. You're the first one to start. You see all of this. Everyone's tumbling in the air. You see the other people that were with you in your delivery troop because you're all part of the superhero delivery service. And they're like flying through the air. There's like the plane, which is not only exploding, but kind of following you guys as it's exploding, which is fun for you. And you're in the convertible, which is started right now. You said you wanted for your turn to try and sort of like shift the car in a certain direction, yes?
Yeah, I might lean into it or something like that. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got like the wheels going on, and you can like, with your electricity powers, I would let you try to like move it around or maneuver it. So I'm thinking in this case, there's, so when I usually ask you to do a task, I will say it's a might, speed, or intellect task. If you have a skill or something you think applies, let me know. You can probably roll the skill instead. Otherwise, it'll just be straight off of the pool. In this case, I'm thinking it's probably an intellect task as you're trying to like figure out the physics of like finagling this car through like the airways and stuff like this. And don't forget, you will be able to apply an asset. So in the drop-down box for the asset, you can apply one free asset.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I want to save at least one of my allies. So I'm going to do that. What's the difficulty? Can I?
In my games, I'm an asshole. I don't tell you the difficulty, but I will tell you that it's going to be a moderately difficult task. Like it's not super easy to do, but not hard enough that you think you'd need to apply effort to try and figure it out.
I'm gonna do that anyway because I'm falling from a freaking airplane and other people are also falling from airplanes. So
and I would like to mention no one's wearing a parachute.
I got a 17.
Oh, beats difficulty 6. Okay, that is pretty good. Let's go. Which direction do you think you'd be aiming for? Like which party member, which person are you trying to aim this car towards?
The closest one. Who's the closest to me? I like playing the odds, so I think that would be blood pressure.
Okay, so defib, we're going to move some things over here.
Maybe I can park it inside that shipping container.
Yeah, if you want, you can actually have the car, like you rolled well enough out, allow the car to actually like bump against the shipping container so that it's not knocked it or anything because you rolled, I mean, difficulty 6 is pretty good. You rolled very well. I'd say that you've made connection and someone could easily get to and from the floating shipping container that blood pressure is currently on, the hero blood pressure. So that was Defib's turn. In Cypher, everyone gets an action, and we'll go through like the movement mechanics and stuff as we go. But you steered a whole damn car through the sky, so we didn't have to worry about that too much. But yeah, you got it going. Let's move on. Gray matter.
Yes. So Gray Matter has completely analyzed the situation now.
Nice.
And it is clear there is only one course of action. There is a package to deliver.
There is a package.
Nothing else matters. And that package is in the trunk of this car.
You're pretty sure.
So
also, I do have one question for you. As you fumble around through the air, you're one of the first to shake your head like completely clear because you have the ultimate brain. What's one item you had the forethought to grab from the cargo plane before everything went south?
Well, naturally, a parachute.
All right, let's give you a parachute. Let's give you a parachute.
And what she would like to do is do the whole skydiving thing where you steer yourself, and she wants to get to that car.
Okay, so you want to push yourself forward, trying to get to the car. I'm
specifically the trunk area.
Now I'm thinking of giving you a choice here. You can either go speed as you're just like using your reflexes to guide yourself, or intellect, be an intellect task as you like mentally calculate like the trajectories and everything.
I think what she would like to do actually is it's very difficult to get to the car. Maybe she'll bring the car to her. So she'll use her telekinesis and start pulling it in her direction.
Her telekinesis. Okay. All right. So you're just going to pull the mess of everything towards you. I like this.
That's right. The car already has momentum. So it is the logical next step to take advantage of that.
I like it. All right. Let's go. So in that case, instead of rolling off of the pool, in the abilities section, there's an icon that looks like a stack of coins. You can just click that and it brings up basically the same roller, but it fills out some of the cost stuff for you and everything.
Yeah, and I think at this point, I'm not going to expend any effort. We'll just use the base ability, so it won't cost me any.
I'll let you know now. This is going to be fairly difficult because this is some weighty stuff with a lot of things going on. Yeah,
we'll try it. We'll try it on its own now, and we can always. Well, actually, how far down is the ground?
You're a good distance up. You think you just exited the plane, and the plane was probably traveling at a fairly high altitude.
So it seems clear to me that at an acceleration rate of 9.81 meters per second squared, there is plenty of time to attempt this once without expending effort.
That's right.
He's just falling with a calculator.
So difficulty 1 is not going to be enough. You try as you might. How did, when you activated your telekinesis, describe to me how you failed at doing this. Like, what happened? Did anything move?
Well, the car was actually started moving towards me, and then some idiot driver turned it the other way. I'm like,
stop turning the wheel. Okay, so you
I'm very patient. I am very patient with the unintelligent actions of some of my compatriots. So I don't react. It was expected. It's unfortunate, but expected.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you go to turn it, and like the wheel catches on this cargo crate that's like netted, and like he turns the wheel, like as you turn, like your fluttering of the telekinesis is causing the net to flutter, and then he's turning the wheel. And it's just a mess. So unfortunately, that did not work out for you. So we are going to move on, and we're going to see what's next. So Marathon, you come to semi-tangled in the netting of one of the cargo crates. You're like on the cargo crate. Tell me, is this cargo crate one that's full of random junk that could contain anything, or is this cargo crate from a corporation's research and development department?
Oh, of course, from the research and development department.
There you go. All right. So, yes, Marathon, you wake up on this R&D crate from like Faceless Megacorp. You're not like stuck in the netting. It was just enough that you didn't like fly off. You're able to like free yourself with no action or anything. So what are you doing?
Grabbing onto whatever I can on the crate to like secure, like stick to it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And is there a door I can see?
The doors are on either end. So you're thinking which everything in an immediate zone you can move to freely. It doesn't cost you actions or anything. So you can easily like move to one of the doors as part of this. But it's definitely on the ends of the cargo crate, and you're kind of sitting on like the side of it right now.
Sure. Is there anything I know offhand real quick just about this like research and development company, I guess?
Roll an intellect task for me. This won't count as your action. I'm going to say it's relatively easy. We're going to say this is a large corporation.
Okay. Go for that, and then effort to ease. I guess I'll just try that for now. Ooh, good.
3.
Okay.
Thankfully, it was a pretty easy check.
Okay.
So, in this case, now in the future, I will let you know as we're learning it and stuff. You will see that I started everyone with 2 experience points in your character sheet. Experience can be for way more than just leveling your characters in this, including things like re-rolling your dice if you wish, doing player intrusions, which we'll get to shortly, and stuff like that. So if you had rolled really, really shitty, you can expend experience. It's kind of a big expenditure, but just letting you guys know as well.
Okay.
But 3 is going to be just enough to at least get the details that this is a experimental technology firm. They make all sorts of cool superhero gadgets.
I am going to do what I can to keep a grip on the side of it while I climb towards one of those doors while we're flying through the air.
All right, I'm not going to make you roll for this because you're already kind of entangled with the net. I think it's going to be easy enough for especially a superhero, even a failed superhero, to like climb through the net. But when you get to the door, I am going to say opening the door is going to require a check because like the wind is rushing and you don't want the door to suddenly like flip up and slam you in the face and stuff. So I'm thinking it's going to be a might task because you're trying to wrestle this door open without just the wind causing it to go. And once again, if you have a skill you think applies, let me know. I don't think you do in this case.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, we'll go for this. Is that
difficulty 3? So yes, I'm going to say that's enough that the door still sort of slams open and you're able to like pull back just fast enough that it doesn't like slam you in the face because it's the door that opens sideways, right? But it actually is able to open and you're able to peer inside. Now that's going to be your action, but you are going to see a thing appear. There's a loot icon there. You can actually double click it in Foundry.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see the stuff in there. You can't loot anything of it yet. That's going to be on your next turn, but you're going to see there's some stuff in there. And if you click on them, you can even see their descriptions and everything. All right, we're going to move on. I'll let you peruse while we move on. Looks like the guy in black tactical gear gets to go next. Tackmaster. All right. I don't even remember what he can do. Oh, yes. Okay.
Do we know if Tackmaster's on our side or not?
You have a vague sense, bad guy.
Okay.
Pretty sure, vague sense, there's something shady going on here. You're not entirely sure what, but pretty sure bad guy of some kind.
But he wasn't part of our group.
He's not part of your group, no.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, I am going to say he is going to do his shotgun jump. Tackmaster can shoot himself forward in any direction up to a long distance or a short distance and make an attack. He cannot do it 2 turns consecutively. Patrice, you're going to have a fun day. As Tackmaster, suddenly with like a shotgun, does like a shotgun jump, pushing himself off of the cargo crate that he's standing on and actually launching himself into the air towards you. Since it's only one away, that is a short distance, so he still gets to like whirl around with the shotgun, aiming it at you and try to make a blast against you. Now, in Cypher, players make 100% of the rolls, unless the GM wants to do something funky. So even though I'm attacking you, you're still going to be the one defending. In this case, I would like you, in your skill list, you should have defense speed, your speed defense. I would like you to roll that for me. And once again, you can apply effort if you wish. You think he's fairly difficult. He looks like he's beefy. He's not like a superhero power, but he's fairly beefy. So it's up to you if you apply effort.
So as he comes flying at me with the shotgun, like my eyes blink open for the first time as I like realize the context that I'm in, namely flying through the sky. And as he leans in, you know, as he flies towards me with the shotgun, I want to grab onto him and go, blah, blah. Thank God you're here! Quickly! Do you have a parachute? As he like tries to shoot me. So I'm basically getting in his way by accident. And yeah, I will...
I like that. Screw the speed defense roll. Roll if you would like instead, roll an intellect task for me, because I like that a little bit better than the speed roll in this case.
Sure.
And you know what? I think your positive social interaction skills would probably apply here. So in your skills, just roll it off your positive social interactions. You're just so desperately like needy for a friend right now that he comes in to shoot at you and you just hear, oh, what the
I cling to him for dear life as the only solid thing around me right now. Okay, and how do I add, like, modify? How do I boost up my skill then?
So in the roller itself, you will see that there's in the basic modifiers area, effort to ease task. If you wish, you could apply 1 or 2 efforts of it because your score is currently 2.
I think it's important that I don't get shot by a shotgun.
And
so I'm gonna apply 2 efforts to this.
Okay, great. And it'll remove some points from the intellect, but we've got that auto-calculated for now, because I figured baby steps.
Yeah.
I don't want to overwhelm you guys with everything all at once. Wow. Yeah, that's good. So you would have rolled a difficulty 3, but you were trained in it, so it was eased by 1, and then you applied 2 levels of effort. Thankfully, your edge brings down the cost of that, so it didn't cost you too awfully much, and you got a difficulty of 6. That is enough. So he goes to shoot you, but you like describe to me exactly what happened as he tries to shoot you and this fails.
Well, he has his tactical vest, right? So I slip my hands in immediately and go, "No, you have a parachute!" Thank God! And I cling to him so that his arm with the shotgun is over my shoulder and it fires ineffectually into the air. Yeah.
What? All right, perfect.
I yell at him, "We must get into a container. If we jump at the last moment, we may survive."
Love it. I love it. Okay, yeah, he's gonna leave that one for now. We're moving on. He is just befuddled and confused. I guess I can unpause this. Next is blood pressure. Blood pressure, your senses come back to you as you face plant into one of the cargo containers. You're starting to remember that you lost your temper on the plane and did something bad. What did you do?
I probably killed the pilot.
Oh no. That explains a lot.
That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
The likelihood is that he probably just said the wrong thing to me and set me off, and I just let loose on him. Probably grabbed him, just beat him against the controls, which is why the plane's going down.
I've had enough of your shit. Okay.
Forgot to say thank you.
And Blood Pressure's like, hell no! I told y'all, I don't like planes. And then here's the gunshot go off and looks over at Patrice, be like, I told y'all. I'm going to propose a player intrusion.
Oh, we're starting off strong. All right. Well, before you spend it, what's your player intrusion? Let me see if I accept this.
The player intrusion is that Blood Pressure knew not liking planes to prepare ahead of time and has one of those wingsuits built into her outfit.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, okay, go ahead and spend your experience point. You because you knew that planes are bad, you don't like planes are bad, you've got one of them wingsuit things. I mean, you still have no way to stop yourself at the end, but you can definitely, I'm going to say the wingsuit is going to grant you an asset on attempting to move throughout the sky space.
Okay, and that's the plan. With that wingsuit, I'm going to push myself off of the crate and start flying towards Patrice and this dude.
All right. Okay. So, I mean, you know the skinny of it, of course. You can move anywhere.
I want to get as far as I can.
Okay.
I want to get as far as I can, and I'm trained in jumping. Can I use that as the jumping off point of propelling myself off of the crate?
You know what? You did say you jumped, thrust yourself off the crate with the wingsuit. I'll give it. It is going to be the speed check because I'm assuming you're trying to move a long distance. Yes. You'll be able to move a long distance. So speed check. Don't forget your free asset from the wingsuit, and I will allow you to use jumping.
Okay, so should I roll jumping or should I roll?
No, roll your jumping. Yeah, just roll your jumping.
Okay. But change it from might to speed?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah, go ahead and change the pool from might to speed.
Okay.
Makes sense in this case, because you're rocketing.
Whichever works for you, yeah.
No, okay. Speed's good.
Speed. One asset. We'll use that 2 levels of effort, because I also don't want to die. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yes!
Oh! Gem intrusion.
Let's go!
I would like to use an XP to re-roll.
Oh, screw you. Fine. I'll allow it.
Probably fair.
Just dies between the car and the cargo crate.
Hey, we're teaching mechanics here, right?
All right. I will let you re-roll. to a 19.
Hey!
That's not fair. So you're able to get a long distance. You should be able to move yourself as well if you need to. So two squares.
Squares. Can we say that the minor effect it gives me that little extra to get me to Patrice?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Your horseshoe.
Nobody wants to get in my car.
So like Defib manages to bring the car over and then immediately just sees blood pressure just like book it the other way.
As blood pressure is like flying towards you, Patrice, and this dude, you can still hear her going, "I told y'all! I told y'all!" And that's gonna be my turn.
Epic.
Can
Okay.
I was curious, how many? If it's like getting like, can you only pick up like one item at a time?
I will probably let you loot multiple items because you'll just be like
okay.
stuffing pockets and shit. So
Sure.
when we get to you, yeah, I'll let you just grab a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I was just curious about that. All right.
Patrice, you're the closest to the crate with the crouched figure in black, although now he is the hugged figure in black. Your mind clears enough to remember, of course, that you're starting to remember maybe that's a bad guy. But aside from the shotgun that he had, what sort of special weapon is he holding?
Oh, what kind of special weapon is he holding?
Yeah.
Well, he's a very tactical character, right?
Yeah.
So he's got like one of those like knives that you see at shopping malls. He's like he's probably picked up at like a random mall, and it has like 6 different gadgets like all in on it. So he's got like a can opener, like he like open a bottle. He's got a knife. It's also got like a gun and like also a dart shooter too, right? Like you could put poisons and stuff in. It's got all sorts of stuff. And
a
you can
knife
close
with a
it and
gun
it
in
turns
it?
into a hatchet.
Yeah. It's a superhero utility knife is what I'm going to call it.
Exactly. It's like, why Batman has his utility belt. This is this guy's utility knife.
Okay.
That's how you know he's a baddie. Yeah.
All right. I like it. That is now on him, and that's a thing if you want to make it a thing. So now,
he's a mall ninja.
Now you actually get to what is Patrice? You're starting to vaguely recollect that maybe he's not the best guy, but you're still hugging him, and he's confused as all hell. What is Patrice doing?
So what's this? So like, can I remember like do I know who this guy is? He like a famous supervillain or anything like that? Is there any like
your memories are still coming back a bit. Roll an intellect task for me. I don't think you have anything. It's definitely not anime lore. So yeah, just a regular intellect task. So that's the little dice right off your intellect.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's a moderate difficulty. So difficulty 3, you're not getting much out of it. He's not like a world class or world famous superhero or anything like that. I mean, he's fighting you guys, so he's probably more of like a mook or numpty of some kind.
Okay. Do I know his name?
Do you know his? You do remember him introducing himself as Tackmaster.
Tackmaster. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cling to him, and I say, and I as this all kind of comes back to me, and I'm going to say, it's completely wrong what they all say about you. I've always been a big fan of yours, Tackmaster. I feel like you've been very wronged in the past. It's so happy to meet you right now. I'm a big fan. I've read all your blog posts. Every single one of them. I want to try and basically like convince this guy that I'm a fangirl of his and that he shouldn't shoot me with a shotgun.
Oh, I like it.
No, with the right kind of work, I could really up your profile. I do that for a living,
Okay, I'm going to say it's an intellect task. It's going to be your positive social interactions because we can just roll right off of that. It's still going to be a moderate difficulty because like he's here for a job and he is a professional, but it's not an extreme difficulty because you kind of already have a mentally off balance from the first time. So yeah, it's going to be sort of middle of the rung.
All right. Positive social interactions. Let's see, and I'm going to expand an effort on this. I think.
Okay. Now to clue you guys in, so the first level of effort that you apply costs 3 points from your pool. Way to spell 3, and then every level after that is 2 points, and your edge score that you see under the pools actually reduces the total cost.
Okay, I'll put in 1, and I'll do that.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's enough to like throw him more mentally off balance. He's not
Sure.
completely unhostile to your team, but you're just some lady in like your HR department outfit. You're just an HR lady with a gun, and you're just kind of throwing him off. He's like, that's not a superhero. So, yeah, he's.
Yeah, like right now I'm trying to get his Twitter details, right? Like, so
I imagine like in the middle of it, you're like, oh, and can we take a selfie? You're like, ching. So yeah.
Well, I've got my phone with me, by the way. Yeah, I do have my phone.
There we go. So he's completely thrown off. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, his gun, which was raised, is like completely down right now. He's looking at blood pressure. Like, really? Like, okay. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next hidden combatant, which in this case is the scene. Because I run things, this isn't necessarily base Cypher rules. I do something a little extra. I will stat an environmental effect or a scene as if it's a bad guy. And you can affect a scene. If it was a scene that you had to overcome, I would have it have a health score like a bad guy, and you could deal damage, quote unquote, to it with your skills and stuff like that. We won't get into that for this. This is more of a background effect. But yeah, the scene. Let's see what is going to happen in the local area. We are going to start. Well, I guess we're going to start with a blood pressure. Roll a d6 for me, please. Let's see what the scene does in this case. And it's going to happen to you, so.
Oh, one's never good.
One's never good. Okay. Flying debris as bits of the plane are exploding. There's like shrapnel going everywhere. You are chosen because I got you to roll to suddenly have to dodge some flying debris happening your direction. So this would be a speed defense task, unless you can convince me otherwise.
Yeah, well, there's no way I'd be able to. Because what if I instead wanted to latch on to it so that I could then maybe perhaps use it on my turn?
Ooh, okay. I would let you do it without needing player intrusion or anything like that. But I'm going to let you know it's going to be a might check. It's going to be a might task, and it's not going to be easy. This is high speed, very sharp shrapnel, like metal plates coming off the plane type thing.
Wonderful. Additionally, I am trained in climbing.
I'm going to say no on the climbing.
No on the climbing?
Yeah.
Not like maneuvering and like kind of like gripping and bear hugging onto this thing? That would.
I think in this case I'm going to say no. I appreciate you trying, but I'm going to say nay.
Okay. Could I incorporate a cipher into this defense?
Depends on the cipher, because I don't think you have any active or anything right now.
It is a manifest cipher called adhesion clamps.
Adhesion clamps. You don't have any experience for it. I would say you'd have to spend a player intrusion to use it outside of your turn right now.
That's fair. Okay. Well, then let's just roll a might and see what happens.
All right.
Might defense, you said, right?
It is just a might task.
Might check?
Yeah, just a might task.
Okay. Cool. We will apply 2 levels of effort.
Oh my gosh, come on, people. The horseshoes you guys are getting. Okay. You're able to you're able to get it. I got a thing for you in a second, but you're able to get it, and you do have a major effect. Can you think of something like real major, kind of game changing that might happen as you're catching onto this thing?
Yeah, as I'm catching on to it, I want to use the momentum to spin around and slap Tackmaster like as much
free
as possible.
attack out of it.
Like
right.
hit him in the head or hit him like daze him.
Okay, so you're doing it to daze him.
To daze him, to just knock him into even more confusion.
All right, I'm gonna say this is a heavy weapon, which you're trained in heavy weapons, or you're practiced in heavy weapons anyways. So this would just be a straight up might task at this point. Yep. And it would deal. Actually, you're dazing him, so yeah, don't worry about the damage.
Sure. So another might task.
Yeah, might task.
Once again, we'll apply 2 levels of effort.
As you spin around on totally not your turn. This is my turn.
Difficulty 5?
Ah, that is enough. Yes, that is enough. So describe to me as you catch this this large plate of shrapnel. Describe to me what you do.
Blood Pressure sees this thing coming from a mile away as she's like flying towards Patrice and the dude, and just sees the opportunity to just like lay into him. Grips onto it like on both sides and like does like a full rotation with the momentum that's already hitting her, and just like smacks him in the back of the head with it.
Okay, so it's not going to completely stun him, but it is going to daze him enough that he's hindered by 1 step for basically everything until the beginning of your next turn.
Beautiful.
Or I guess until this scene's next turn, because it's not even your turn. All right. But I would also like to propose a GM intrusion on you, and I don't think you can refuse it because you have no experience.
You are correct, sir. I will take that GM intrusion, and I will give the other one to Patrice.
So a GM intrusion is, I will say, I want to screw with your life, and if you guys can either pay an experience point to say, nah, GM, go away. Or you can say, yeah, I like it, go ahead. And you get an experience point, and you get an experience point to give to somebody else. Because then the GM gets to play with your lives, and you'll hate me more. So, Blood Pressure, you gave it to Patrice, because she's right there, makes sense. And so you get it, you spin around, you hit the guy with it, as you're being flung away because of the momentum of the plate that you got. Is like it's still tearing you away. You're able to hit him with it, but it is tearing you away from that circumstance. Back to the top of the order, Defib, you're sitting there in the running car. You've managed to collide with the other netted cargo crate, and what are you doing for you and your passenger?
Well, everybody seems to be otherwise engaged. While I am a package deliverer. You know that scene in Indiana Jones where they are in a raft flying through the sky and they just find a peak from a mountain that's steep enough so they can slide down the mountain, right? Like that. That's what I do, but I also, while I try to steer the car that way, I have in my equipment a smartphone, which I type in the address. That is the address that this car needs to be delivered to, and I put my smartphone on my dashboard, so I have my GPS ready. When I make my landing, I just start driving towards the destination where I need to get this, where I need to deliver this Ford Thunderbird for a lucky new owner.
Excellent. And
that's what I do. That's just what I do. Also, is a subtle Cypher part, is that an action or is that part of action?
Unless it says otherwise, using a Cypher is normally an action.
Can I spend an XP to make it part of my action?
Yes, you can. Yeah, if you want to do a player intrusion and do the subtle Cypher as part of aiming the car, sure.
I have a subtle Cypher that gives me stress and adrenaline duels your pain and pushes you past your normal limits, blah, 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 blah. I cannot die for 6 rounds. I cannot get past the real condition.
Oh, yeah,
so
hear
I'm
no bell.
Sitting in a car, flying towards a mountain peak with a GPS tracker on my dashboard, on my smartphone, just waiting to make this landing because I cannot die. That's what I do.
Okay. All right. We're gonna click the archive so it's there, but it's grayed out so we know it's been used. Yeah, because it was high enough level, you can't go below the hail on the damage track right now. You're just joyriding this car down, trying to aim it to the appropriate location. I would still like a speed. What do you think? A speed or intellect task for guiding the car down? Is it your reactions, or are you trying to calculate which way it's going?
Yeah, I believe we're still pretty high up.
Yes.
So I think it's more of a what is a good spot situation than it is a last minute try to push the car into the right direction kind of thing. I think, but that's also just me saying that because I have more intellect than I have speed. So,
and I have a question for the GM, if that's all right.
Oh yeah, sure.
I was attempting some telekinesis on this car recently. And of course, immediately I recognize exactly what Defib is trying to do because I have calculated the trajectory. Can I give an aid here?
Oh,
Can you give an aid? Okay. You were just
an
doing
asset.
telekinesis. Yeah, you know what? You're already still mentally controlling it. You were guiding it in the right direction already. I'm going to allow this to happen without the need for a player intrusion because I think you kind of were already doing it. So yeah, he will get an asset as your telekinesis is. It's not working perfectly, but I'm going to give it enough that it's an asset. You're helping to guide it a little bit.
I get 1 asset, and I'm gonna spend 2 levels of effort on it.
All right.
So I got 3. I bring the difficulty down by 3. Gonna roll this. I roll a 9.
6 difficulty in total. That is pretty good. You've got this car. Not only do you have this car lined up, because you're seeing that now. You're like over the ocean, and there's a tiny tropical island in the distance, and you realize that's probably where you need to go. And you've got this car not only perfectly aimed for the island, but you think you found this like slanted hill area that if you hit just right, you might be good.
Question: how does a 9 beat difficulty 6? Difficulty 6 is a 18.
It has been adjusted by 3. It was eased by 3. So 9 would be difficulty. You beat difficulty 3, and then you had 2 effort to ease 2, and then 1 asset. All right. So yeah, you've got the car. I am going to say that the car, as a result, is kind of like moving down this direction. Is kind of like moving off as you're getting it aimed to the right location. Gray matter, you're there guiding with your telekinetic powers. What are you doing as you're floating through the air?
Well, I have now calculated that the car is on the correct trajectory, so I do not need to be interfering with that any further.
Yeah.
The package has been saved, and defib as well. I guess that's fine. And so I now consider that our benefits are controlled by human resources, and so the death of Patrice is not desirable.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I focus in on this attacker, and they are going to start contorting in very unpleasant ways with an onslaught, which will basically like tear them all into unfortunate positions. It will be a physical onslaught.
Okay.
And I am going to apply 2 effort. I'm going to apply 1 to ease it and 1 for damage.
Oh, all right. Let's go.
Ugh.
Difficulty 2. Oh, you can spend an XP to reroll if you would like.
Yeah, I guess I better.
Give you that extra chance. Wow, again, It's not in the cards.
Hey, that's my best roll today.
Yeah, so you're trying, but try as you might, what interferes with you doing this? What you try to like start ripping him apart, but something happens that your power didn't work as anticipated. What happened?
Well, I can only imagine that likely Patrice has gotten in the way somehow.
Okay.
And yes, and prevent that can be the only possible cause, because there's no possible way that my mental abilities have been reduced in any way.
No, you're too perfect.
Could it be that I'm waving my smartphone around his head?
I haven't yet calculated what Patrice did to interfere.
She's trying to get shots for her Insta, and you're like, get out of the way.
but once you remove all the impossible, whatever's left must be the solution.
That's right. Yeah, there we go. All right, moving on. Marathon, you are. We'll bring you over here. You're like on the end of the container. You've got it open. You're like rifling through stuff in the container. What are you doing here, Marathon?
So I'm guessing I recognize these leather boots with glowing soles.
The Skywalkers. Yeah, it not only it doesn't have to be identified in this case, because not only do you have the boots, they come in like the nice box, and there's like a user's how-to manual.
All right, I'm taking a look at that. I'm just like, oh yeah, and I'm immediately going for those.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You can literally just click and drag it on, or there's a take button. I think actually you can just click the take button, and it'll go right to your character sheet.
I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff that's in here as well. Is that just stuff I can snag right
So
now?
ciphers, you are limited on your ciphers. If you look in your equipment list, you'll see that there's a limit for each one of you. Usually it's 2. I think one of you has a cipher limit of 3. You can't have more ciphers than that. You can replace one of your ciphers with one of the ones here if you wish. Otherwise, you're stuck at that limit. And I mean, the parachute and the rifle, or 2 parachutes and the rifle ammo, you can just take as you wish.
So I would have to replace one of mine with that one. Okay. Then with that, I guess I'll snag the parachutes.
Okay.
And why not? There's ammo here. And with that, do I need to equip those the Skywalkers?
We'll just say that's part of looting it. I'll let you just sort of equip it.
Right.
It's on.
Knowing what these things do, with that, I guess I'll just get into like a sprint pose somehow.
Okay.
Feeling, I guess, supported now by these things. Who's nearby me? I guess Gray Matter?
Gray Matter looks like the closest. Yeah. She's like hovering in the air, just like doing her usual like hyper-focused like calculation thing. Or they, sorry.
Do I know, does Gray Matter have the ability to like self-levitate?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think she does.
I'm going to sprint out of the shipping container and like run over there to Gray Matter with one of the parachutes and just go like, take this, and like try to pass one over.
Awesome.
Naturally, I already have a parachute. Didn't you think to pick one of these up when we left the plane?
I'm just like, oh my bad, and I'm just gonna keep going.
You're activating your Skywalkers. So activating artifacts in this, which is equivalent of D&D magical items or whatever. It's interesting because in Cypher System, everything is kind of temporary. Even items, you'll see it has a depletion rate. So when you activate it, I'd like you to click in your equipment there. You see there's a button for depletion. Click that for me, please. It is 1 in D6. So you're fine. If you had rolled a 1, it means that after it finishes its use, they would have just ceased functioning from that point on. But you rolled a 6, so you're fine. And some items have like a 1 in 100 chance. Some are like they deplete every time. It's a great way so that it's not like in D&D where like you've given them an item and then like instantly regret it and there's not much you can do. In Cypher, they generally go away eventually. So you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
So
these things have a chance of just crapping out on me any minute now, right?
Just when you activate it. So you're good for, I think it's 10 minutes.
Just
cool.
don't roll one. Just don't roll one. You'll be
sweet.
fine.
Yeah, right.
And it says that as you're walking, it's creating little platforms where your feet were. And the little platforms you create actually last for a minute.
So with that, how far can I get with the movement now?
So the way movement works is you can move anywhere in an immediate area without issue. You can move up to a short distance, so 1 square away, and do an action, but it's a speed roll. Or you can move a long distance, which is 2 away, but you can't do an action and it still requires a speed roll.
I guess as I get out, I'm going to see, like, I guess I saw Gray Matter, but I see Patrice is engaged in combat with this dude over here.
We're exchanging details.
I'm gonna
Networking.
do my best to get over there.
Okay. So if you do a speed roll, because you haven't really done an action yet, I'm just letting you like have the boots working. So you could get up to like here.
Okay.
You could get up to a long distance away, but it will require a speed task. Do you have movement skills? Yes, you do. Of course you do. You're a running dude.
Yeah. Gain 6 points towards my speed pool.
So you can just roll the movement skill in this case.
Okay.
It's not terribly hard. This one I'll let you know it's usually about a 4. The difficulty 4 that we're trying to hit.
Okay.
You're fine. Yeah.
Hey.
So if you want, you can go ahead and click and move yourself over to like here or here, whichever.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going for whatever dude is. Yeah.
So you see Marathon. All of you guys see Marathon suddenly running through the sky, just like boop, boop, boop.
I wish I had that superpower. That seems really useful right now.
Okay.
And I guess it's me.
All right. Moving on to Tackmaster. Tackmaster, who's like all tangled up in the HR lady, like not exactly sure what to do or whatnot, does see Marathon just like running towards him, booking it through the sky, and he's like, "I'm a killer!" and raises his shotgun to try and fire at you.
Don't forget it's hindered.
Oh, it is hindered because he's dazed. Here, let me put a thing on.
I smacked him.
I forgot. All right. So he is firing at you, Marathon. This would normally be a speed defense roll from your skill list.
Those. Speed defense?
Mm-hmm. Oh, not enough. So he is currently shooting at you. Now, if you wish, you can spend an experience point to re-roll, or you can save that goodness for later.
Yeah, we can do that. So do I... I'm also learning Foundry at the same time.
I know. I'm not sure if it's working right now. There was some issues. Marco, I think, had it working. There's a little reroll button in the chat there. It looks like a little D20 right above.
It works. I used it earlier too.
Did it work? Okay.
Okay. Right above that. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Oh, good. It worked. Not quite enough. You're just missing it. So you kind of like try to dodge out of the way, but you're still getting used to these like Skywalker boots and everything, and you're having a hard time dodging. So you are going to take 5 points to your might pool. And I don't think you have any armor. You have no armor. So yeah, you're just like a dude in like a skimpy outfit getting shot with a shotgun. So yeah, your might pool is lowered by 5.
You say skimpy. I say tastefully handsome.
Tasteful. What I would like to do, though, I would like to propose a GM intrusion upon you. If you would like to refuse, it costs you 1 experience point. If you would like to accept...
bring it.
Yeah, so in the chat there's an accept button. You can click that, and you can choose who is going to get the second experience point from among the players. Okay.
I'll take it. I'll take all
Patrice
your
is like, bring it on. Come on, all the XP to me.
We're running over here to try and help out.
So as he hits you with the blast, you're still in midair, and you're so unused to this that I'm going to say he actually sort of like sends you like ass over tea kettle, and you are... I'm going to say sort of like not stunned, ignore that it says stunned, but more like dazed, until you can like get yourself under control, because you're like flipping and tumbling, that anything with aiming or anything like that is going to be hindered by 1 till you figure that out.
Okay.
Blood pressure.
So this plate just like I managed to get the smack on this guy, and then it just like winged me away. So I'm going to once again try and like push off of this plate and like sky wing my way back over again.
All right. So what I'll do is I will let you roll either a normal speed check, in which case it's going to be relatively average difficulty. You still have your asset from the wingsuit, or you can make it a might task, but it's going to be slightly harder because this isn't like the bulkiest plate, so there's not a lot of the physics of like things to push off of.
I'll do jumping as might.
Okay. All right.
And it's the asset with the wingsuit?
You still have the asset for the wingsuit, yes.
Okay. Now I will apply 2 levels of effort. That edge 3, that really helps.
Okay, that's good, yeah.
We have 3 edge on his skill?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I think he's one of the only characters with a 3 edge and something. So that's technically only a short distance, because like moving through this part here. So you can still do an action.
Yeah. So I see Marathon coming. I see Gray Matter with a parachute. Gray Matter can manipulate things with their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to separate Patrice from Tackmaster so that I can do horrible things to him.
Okay, all right.
Is there a way I can do this in like 1 swift movement where I can like punch Tackmaster and push Patrice off like towards Marathon?
Okay, I'm gonna give this to you in one of two ways.
Okay.
You can do it at the normal difficulty as a player intrusion to do both things at once, where you're tossing her, getting her separated, and punching at him. Or you can do it without costing you experience, but the difficulty is going to be a little bit higher.
Let's go for the increased difficulty.
All right,
Screw it.
let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, all right, let's go. Okay. So your strike definitely connects. You did 7 damage to him. Oh my. So it's not enough to completely like knock him out or anything, but it's enough that you hear a bit of a crack, and he looks a little off, a little dazed. And I'm just going to let it happen that you're able to get Patrice away from him. And Patrice, you're not fighting this or anything at this point, right? You're just kind of like are you letting blood pressure push you away from Tackmaster?
Yeah. I have no real, although as I go flying, I will look at Tackmaster and say, "Called me." As I go spinning off in the air.
All right. So you get pushed away from Tackmaster. Like still holding your phone out.
Blood pressure pushes Patrice off like, you can do better!
I was drinking.
You haven't seen this guy's wicked ass cool knife, you know?
Speaking of Patrice, as you're like floating through the air, kind of like towards Marathon right now, actually, who's like tumbling. What are you doing?
Probably mostly screaming. But aside from that, I guess as I go flying towards Marathon, I can see that he has some sort of capacity to stand in the sky, and that means that he's now my favorite superhero of all time ever. So I'll basically try to like swim in the air, you know, that kind of like that cartoon style, like where you're trying to get
that was
air.
probably also before I was flipping,
End over end. So what you can do is you can freely move over to Marathon one way or another. You kind of get over there. But if you still want to do an action on top of that, it will require a speed task.
Let's do a speed test. Like, let me hook up with one of those parachutes that Marathon's got on him. I want to reach out for the parachute, but like, you were always my favorite superhero. Always. It's wrong what they say about you.
I'm like,
All right, so so you're going over, and so you're doing what with him again?
Like hooking my arm into one of the parachutes, right?
Okay.
Like, just trying to like get.
Oh yeah, because he's got like 2 of them on him.
Yeah, he's got like 2 of them. Okay, so this is just a speed test then?
It is just a speed test to make sure you can get over there and still do something.
Okay, cool. Let's give that a roll.
Oh yeah, you're fine. And I'm not going to make you roll for getting the parachute. Just like as he's spinning there, you're just like, yoink.
Speed, what an incredible superpower. It's absolutely incredible. Totally excellent. Mwah.
And then...
Thank you.
Getting back to the scene, going down... Patrice, speaking of you, you're going to be the next one to see what the scene is doing to you guys. Can you roll a d6 for me, please?
Oh no, that's not good.
Lord
That's not a good number.
Debris. Okay, so Patrice, you get this. You're so proud of yourself. You've got your parachute, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like you've seen that YouTube video of the reporter, and all of a sudden, the stop sign comes out of nowhere. That's kind of what's happening here. Can you get? I'm going to need a speed defense roll from you, please.
Sure. Looks like Patrice has gotten herself out of another script, and then suddenly.
Yeah, that's not enough.
That
is so that is going to be 5 points off of your might pool.
Oof, I don't have a lot of might. Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
Oof.
And I'm not going to do an intrusion. We're good. So defib, we're back. You're riding you've got this car aimed perfectly. You know it's going to be a relative safe haven. The car is probably not going to survive too well, but you think anyone in it may. And you see people are just like tumbling around doing stuff. What is defib doing at this moment?
The bad guy is still alive, right?
As far as you can tell, like there was a sickening crack from the punch from blood pressure, but the guy's still moving. He's still doing stuff.
I'm diving nose first. Well, the car is diving nose first, and I'm sitting behind the wheel, so everything is happening behind me and above me, probably.
Yeah.
So I just grab into the inner pocket of my jacket, of my cool leather jacket, like I have this doctor's robe going on because I am a doctor. And but it's black leather doctor's robe, and I pull out a pistol. It's an energy blaster, but in my brain, it's like an old school freaking revolver that shoots lasers for some reason.
Sure.
And I cock it, and I shoot it over my shoulder. Bad guy.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. So you're like driving this car. Everything's falling.
I'm doing everything that sounds cool in my head. I'm attempting it.
You're doing a flyby drive-by.
That's right. A flyby drive-by. All right. Yeah. So in your combat tab, you can roll right from there.
So what pool do I use? Because it doesn't automatically.
Oh, right. That should be set to.
Fire.
Yeah, that should have been set to
Right?
speed. That's my bad. So that would be based off of your speed pool.
And I'm gonna do some effort stuff because I don't. Effort. One effort.
Okay. Sure.
9 again. That's the third time I think in a row.
Oh wow, yeah, that did not go well for you. It's a lot. The car is going. There's wind going. Like
I want to reroll.
reroll.
I want to reroll.
All right, let's give her, bud. Let's give her.
Can I get the reroll for the XP?
Hey, there we go. Even worse. I like it.
Do I hit an ally?
No, you did no GM intrusion. You didn't like nat 1 or anything. You don't have to worry. And I'm not going to ask for a GM intrusion in this case. So you just the shot goes wide, and you hit like the cargo crate behind them instead.
I only get one reroll, right? Can
You can keep spending it all day. You want to chew through your experience? Go for it, bud.
Kaboom!
Oh, not enough again. That's the same as your first roll.
Oh, come on!
I like it. Use that bit.
Now you're messing with me. Oh no, it's a okay. I blew through. Sorry guys, I'm trying. I'm falling too fast.
You're like
my bullets.
The problem is
don't travel.
You were trying to do like
enough.
gangster style, and just like you shit like 3 shots off, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
All right.
I have to reload.
Gray matter. Here you are, still. I picture you still in like perfect upright position, just like there.
Well, I'm just. I seem unconcerned about falling. And yeah, I'm not really moving. But I am analyzing this tack master. Is it clear how he intends to survive? Like, is he wearing a parachute or something like that?
He is wearing a parachute.
Oh, well, so it would be unfortunate if, like, the cord was to suddenly shatter.
Yes, it would.
Oh, well, maybe that's what's going to happen then. I'll throw 2 effort into this.
Okay, all right, let's go.
Yeah, both to ease the task.
Okay.
Because I don't care about the damage so much.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right. So it works. Describe to me, like, he's gone. Describe to me what happened here.
Well, basically, I do a quick analysis, determine that he has made a fatal mistake of relying on a piece of equipment for survival. And then I concentrate, and I see the cord, which seems to be some kind of metal reinforced cord, and as it explodes, it kind of blows off the parachute right off his back, and then I grab my own parachute and put it on. Excellent.
All right, so I think at this point, so we're going to end combat for now. The shrapnel from the plane is coming down.
And it's clear that it worked because Patrice is no longer in the area.
Oh yeah, she was in the way. That's right.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's right.
Tackmaster is gone. He's just like, he's gone because you guys were still in free fall. So he's stopped way up there. In fact, it was probably abruptly enough that I'm going to say, like, as the plane falls, he suddenly goes up. The plane just like smacks into him, and you see like bits of the parachute like across the body of the plane. So you guys,
there goes that cool knife.
I think the only person missing a parachute at this point is blood pressure. So I just kind of.
Oh, me too.
I got wings.
Me too. I missed a parachute. I got a car instead.
Well, you got a car. You're fine.
Yeah. You've got a seatbelt, right?
And I can't die. I can't die. So.
Sorry, what was that? Blood pressure?
I've got wings.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, you still got to stop the momentum at the bottom. But you know what? That could be badass.
How do wing
Let's do
gliders
that.
normally do it? Yeah, don't they like do like the Super Mario where you just kind of like?
I don't know how wingsuit guys do it. We gotta watch YouTube videos afterwards.
Wingsuit guys actually pull a parachute.
Yeah, they have a
shit.
Fuck. Oh no!
We should have known that before I brought these cool wings.
We have an extra parachute, though, do we not? Does not Marathon have another parachute to give out?
One more.
You can easily grab on to people anyways. What I am going to say, if this was a longer game, I'd probably make you guys like figure it out. But in this case, I'm going to say that we are going to get to the ground. You've got enough parachutes floating around. You've got the car thing going, and you watch like when the car like hits this hill going down and is like sliding across the side of it. Did you want to describe to me, DFID, like what is the car doing? Like, how does this work?
Yeah, it's exactly the scene from Indiana Jones. They actually wrote that scene by my ID. I actually invented the ID, and then they stole it from me. No, I'm just like going like one of those long jumping skiers. I don't know what the sport's called in English. Like, I just go into the slope perfectly, and then I just drive down. Maybe one of my tires breaks, and I just have to like steer a little bit to keep the car straight and everything. But I'm super chill because I can't die.
Yeah, you're good. The car is like starting to like disintegrate a little bit as it's going down. Like the wheels come off.
It falls apart around me, and I'm just left on my bare ass, like sliding across a hill slope, and I only have like a steering wheel left in my hand. And whatever happened to the co-pilot, I don't know where she is, but she's probably dead.
What about the package?
So the co-pilot. This I was about to ask about this. DFib, I would like to propose a GM intrusion for you. Would you like to accept?
Sure, I don't have XP, so go ahead.
Go right ahead. Can't stop you. As you're going down, the car is disintegrating. Everything's kind of going by, and I am going to say that's like as like the co-pilot is just as the car is going down, the co-pilot's like, "Oh, thank you for saving." And then there's nothing else as the windshield comes off and like shears her head clean off.
Oh shit!
Damn!
And then there's just like the body, just like arms like behind her.
So easy.
That is so intrusion.
Her purpose had passed regardless.
But when you do end at the bottom, you're like you're bare butt on the hill, stuff like that. The trunk is still kind of mostly there, twisted and shaped, but it pops open and you do see the package for the sugar cat in the trunk. It is still surviving because the packages are like that. It's a little banged up. It's got like a dent in it. Some like one half of it's kind of crunched up, but like that's normal for a delivery service. This is pretty much expected.
So I casually grabbed my smartphone from the dashboard.
Okay.
Put it in my pocket, stand up, and just take the package and try to find the other guys because I don't know where they landed.
So this is a mixture of like parachutes and stuff like this.
I might have an ability for this. I don't know if this makes sense, but I have an ability called Terrifying Presence where I can make everybody like scared of me. But could I like use that to make a lot of volume so that I can gather everybody around me that's like, oh, DFib is right there with the pack.
Yeah, I imagine with DFib, your Terrifying Presence is about like a lightning show and stuff like that, which would be a beacon at that point. So
I go full Highlander on this just to...
yeah, if you want to do that, then I'll say automatically everyone's just going to be able to like coalesce to the same place.
I did it.
Okay. All right.
Pay. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, because you won't need to roll for that. You're just being like, hey, look at me. Witness me. And everyone knows which way to go. So between like... Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, as they're walking up, blood pressure's like, listen, y'all, I'm sorry. I got a little heated up there and a little out of hand. But look, we made it fine. You know, this happens in the post office, right?
You needn't apologize. Your actions were predictable.
Does anybody need healing?
Yeah, I'll like. I'm guessing the shotgun blast is just like torn a nice wound over, and I'm like, a little bit.
That isn't covered in your health plan.
Gunshots aren't covered in the superhero health plan.
Patrice, that one got
not.
me. Please take an experience just because.
So how does this healing?
So healing just through skills is you're just going to be making the medicine check. And because you have the first aid kit, it will have an asset on it. You choose the difficulty number, and that is how many points you're going to restore.
Okay, then how many do you need?
Well, looking at my wound, like, I feel like I'm about 5 hurt.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 5.
So 5,
Definitely a 5.
roll, right? So I want to do a 5 then, but
A
I want
5.
to put like 2 effort in it or something.
A 5, okay. So you're doing a 5. It's already being eased by 2 steps. So it's basically you're
put
trying to
2
hit a
effort
3.
in it. I'm a medic. I when I see somebody wounded, I put.
Well,
everything.
2 effort, it'll still be a difficulty of 1. So as long as you don't roll a 2 or a 1, you're okay. Nope, that's not a failure. I don't know why it's saying a failure. Difficulty 5 is enough. So yeah, you are going to get 5 might points back, Marathon. Ooh. In your combat tab, you'll see things called damage track and recovery rolls. So think of these almost like hit dice in short rests in D&D type thing. You've got a recover roll at 1 action, 1 at 10 minutes, 1 at an hour, 1 at 10 hours. Some of you might have different combinations, like 2 1-action ones or something. And you can roll these to heal yourself, or recover your pools, rather. Because the pools in Cypher, they're less about hit points and more about how much impact you have left on the scene.
So when I roll once, and let's say I roll a 6, can I split that 6 up between 2 pools, or do I?
Yes,
if I want to.
With recovery rolls, you can split it up.
So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
So we're taking 10 minutes to do like a rest.
No, 1 action.
The 1 action. Okay.
So I have a passive skill which is called Totally Chill, which means that my 10-minute recovery roll takes me only 1 round.
Yes, yeah. I've got you set up in there already in your combat tab. You'll see that you have 2 1-action ones, and then it goes straight to an hour after that. You don't have a 10-minute.
Oh, okay.
I've got that all nice and set up for you.
So I can roll that now then.
Yep.
Well, so not everybody needs to do the 1-action one, right? So if you don't want, so it's like really a player's choice.
You got to do it in order.
Normally, you got to do it in order.
Yeah, but it's like that's why I don't know who asked, but are we doing the 1-action one or the 10-minute one? It doesn't really matter if
it's up to you guys
or not, right? It's up to.
I mean, if you could,
I'm just doing
10-minute breather is probably not the worst idea for some of you.
I
mean,
it is lunchtime.
We just survived a plane crash. Might as well take a quick 10.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take 10-minute as well.
These 10 minutes are unpaid, of course. Just so we're all clear.
So you guys are in the middle of, it's like a tropical jungle island. But there is obviously, as you were going down, you saw there was like, you're on an airstrip right now. There are some like dilapidated buildings nearby and stuff like this. So, there's stuff on this island. It's not like you've suddenly been transported to Lost. So you have things that you could head towards.
Kind of like looking around. I guess we weren't supposed to get the cars somewhere, were we? Like they don't need the car, right? They need the sugar cat.
They require the package that was in the trunk, which we have recovered.
Was the car comped by the company, or is that just belonging to someone else? Like, there's a look of fear on my face for a moment as I think.
Yeah, I see. You don't remember the car being anything to do with the company, just the package.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It is okay. The car does not belong to us. It is irrelevant. We don't have to pay for it. So could have been a disaster, but luckily everything worked out.
And when we finish this delivery, we finally get our pizza party, right?
Yes, of course. The pizza party. All those who signed the waiver, to commit not to join a union, then free pizzas all around.
It's brilliant.
says that, I look over at the car and just like the apparently like headed pilot, and I'm just like I'm just kind of taking this all in for a second. So gray matter. Where are we?
I take a look around. Do I immediately recognize where we are?
You're on like a crappy, dilapidated airstrip right now, and there's really only like one main road going into what looks like probably a settlement of some kind.
All right.
You're not sure exactly where this island is.
I don't recognize it. Then I will propose a player intrusion.
Okay.
Where I have, I think they call it a creative idea, but instead it's just a deep analysis of everything I remember from every map I've ever seen. There's a road there, airstrip, settlement, terrain. This can only be...
All right. Yeah, I'll accept it. Go ahead and you can spend your one experience. And what is the name of this island? You'll know quite a bit about it actually, but I'll let you name it.
Oh, very well. What kind of area of the world are we in?
It's tropic. I want to say probably like Pacific, like random island in the middle of nowhere.
All right. Random island in the middle of nowhere. Anehe.
Okay.
The island of Anehe. A very remote settlement. And the settlement over there is the city of, or the town of Anehe, the only known settlement on the Isle of Anehe.
So I'm picturing your character, you know, like that meme with all the numbers and stuff.
That's right.
And as you're doing that, and then you say, Anehe, I want to like take out my phone and like click on Google Maps and go, yes, no, he's correct.
Yeah, you search for it in the Google Maps and you're able to get like the satellite view out of it because you have like the extended plan. So yeah, it's Anehe.
Oh, but no, he's correct.
Now, Google Maps doesn't tell you this, but I'm going to say because Grey Matter used the intrusion for it, that they do know a little bit more about it. That part of the island is under contention. You know that some superheroes use this as sort of like their summer home type thing, but the villains have decided that they don't like this. So there's quite a few battles over this island because the villains want to make their summer homes, like vacation homes here. And so great battles sometimes take place over who gets to put their vacation home on Anehe.
Wasn't this the island where they had the fire festival? Or was that a different place?
I thought that was a rumor. That actually happened?
No, I think so, yes. Yeah.
Oh,
It might have been a different island. That or a super villain attacked it or set it up. I can't remember the details.
Wow. People actually spend money on that. That's crazy.
Well, you know, super villains these days, they're basically celebrities, no?
Speaking of money, we are getting paid for this, right?
For this moment exactly right now? No. Currently you're on a break. They are unpaid.
Okay.
This is your own time. Time in the air as well? No. But when we actually begin to move, then yes, of course, you'll be paid your pro rata agreement.
We were moving in the air. Whoa.
You were moving vertically. You were moving towards the location.
We were moving towards the location. What do you mean? We're here.
So why the conversation goes way back? Why are we getting paid by the hour and not per like job or package?
I believe the contract was payment upon delivery.
There we go. So everything is paid and nothing is paid. We just get paid when we deliver this thing that I'm holding in my freaking hands, and I'm about to shop it until it dies.
Also, how are you getting bars on that phone? Because I got this company phone and I got nothing.
I use my my antenna right here. As you might know, my name is DFib. I use electricity for everything, and I can find a signal with my smartphone.
I meant the HR lady.
They're all very good questions, but I suggest that we leave this to the pizza party. Whenever you're all being given free pizza on the at the expense of the company.
Oh, I do love pizza.
So you can have your anchovies and but they only allow 3 toppings, so you'd have to really pick. I think we have margarita, everyone's favorite.
I love it.
Well then, I'm glad to hear that all of your questions have been answered satisfactorily. We should continue on now.
I'm assuming at this point you guys, like, you want to start getting paid again, so you're going to get your stuff, like, stretch a bit and probably start moving further into the island, as Gray Matter has told you that between Gray Matter and, like, maybe the Google Maps and stuff, like, you guys have a pretty good bead on, like, where you need to go in the island and stuff. And someone in chat says triple anchovy. Let's go.
No.
No, salty.
Well, I said 3 toppings across all 3 pizzas, of course. I don't know.
With 3 toppings across all 3 pizzas?
But that is why 2 of them are margarita. If you want to want 3 on the one.
One of it's just tomato sauce bread. So as you move further into the island, you do hear the sounds of fighting. There's like the pa-pa-pa-pa-pa of like some gunfire, an occasional explosion. And at one point, as you're moving further into the island, you hear bang, bang, as there's like flashes, those like spherical flashes in the air, as this like almost like anime style fight is happening over the mountain in the center of the island. And at one point there's like this like flash that almost blinds you for a second, and like part of the mountain melts and is like disintegrated. It's obvious some sort of like superhero and supervillain are like fighting over in that direction.
Cool. Wait, so there are we on the island that we're supposed to be delivering this to?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
You're like,
are we driving the Cadillac?
It got destroyed.
Like totally?
oh yeah.
If you have an ability to put it together, then yes, we can drive it. But right now, it is just barely drivable.
Yeah, you look around and there's like a wheel over there and a fender over there, and you're like kicking the headlight, and it's
probably not the most sensible jungle vehicle, I guess. A 1950s Cadillac convertible.
Now,
With 3 wheels.
As you walk in, you actually see a woman with frazzled black hair, wearing a fleur-de-lis bandana tied around her neck, suddenly step out of the bushes and huck a grenade over like another set of bushes to a nearby decrepit building. The resulting explosion, almost deafening, as part of the building collapses, and you see the bodies of tactical ninjas flying out of the windows to land dead upon the ground, where the woman holds up her middle finger and says, "Take that, you filthy pigs."
What?
Who are you?
Everyone mind your purses, there's ninjas around.
Are you here on behalf of the villains, or are you here being... why are you here? Who are you?
Who are you? Are you a member of the FLQ?
I work for Sugar Cat. Merci, Sugar Cat. My name is Marie.
Patrice, can you translate?
Of course, for I speak French. Looks nervously. Sugar Cat, that is recipient. We have mail for him. For them.
You mail with you are with the superhero delivery service, or you with the villain delivery service?
No, we have the second-rate superhero delivery service, not the
Are you
Amazon.
expecting a delivery from the villainous delivery service?
I am not. Sugar Cat is a hero. Qatar may know more about it, my partner. 1 second. Qatar! And, like, stepping out of the bushes is another man. He's 140 centimeters tall at best. Like, he's pretty short. Like, he's not a tall dude. Kind of squat. He's got, like, all sorts of gizmos and gadgets and everything. And he comes out and he's like, "Right. Sorry, shite first around here, but I guess it's nice to see some faces that ain't trying to kill us for once. What are you doing on this island?"
Unfortunately, for data protection reasons, we cannot tell you all of the details. However, we're here for a delivery.
Delivery, and I think I heard the word, well, I hate saying the boss's name, and like Mary's like, "It's Mr. Sugar Cat," and you hear him go, all right, Mr. Sugar Cat. Hey, the boss. I mean, you can find him nearby, but it's going to be a bit difficult. The villains have really started to encroach upon that area.
Do we have does our post service have a name?
You're just part of the superhero like delivery service.
So that should be no issue at all for this superhero delivery service, TM.
All I can suggest to you is there's two paths that you can take. There is the more direct path through the jungle, or you can take the more, or this is Mary saying it, or you can take the area that is a bit more open, but there's helicopters patrolling the area, attack helicopters.
Y'all can't deal with any more planes today.
Yes. Not to mention, if we can cut down our time, then we may, then I may get a bonus if I'm able to produce efficiency here. So I'm more than happy to take a shorter walk through the jungle.
Then tell you what, to the jungle is that way. I wish you the best. Qatar, what do you think? Well, you've got a few bases and shit that you need to deal with, but I think you seem like tough folks. I think you can deal with it. Is there anything that you need to know about the local area before, I dare say you're going to want to take off before the helicopters get here?
It is likely I know more of the area than you do.
All right. Well, I do bid you. What did he say, Mary? You bid him adu. Yes.
And it's only like five minutes away or so?
Mary actually looks back. Yeah, the bone more like 10, 15.
So it's easy enough then?
It is absolutely easy enough. Nothing to worry about.
I'll read their mind.
You're gonna read their mind? All right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you've got mind reading. Yeah, go.
I've got mind reading, so I assume that's what it does.
Let's give her. Okay, go ahead and click on the thing to do some mind reading.
All
here.
right.
Whoa.
That one.
I love it. Are we doing a reroll or are we accepting some fun times here?
I'm gonna have some fun. I'm keeping the one.
Keeping the one, like it. Okay. Yeah, so you go to delve into her mind. First of all, it's in French. And that's not really your native language. So you're just getting that. And second of all, I'm going to say she's not thinking about what you think she's supposed to be thinking about. Instead, she gets, let's just say, some private scenes between her and Cutter in graphic detail, playing over and over in her mind. They're not going off to do anything combative right now, or, well, maybe they are, but with a safe word.
All right, and I have, of course, a sense for the weird. So I will probably announce what I have seen out loud, and ask her if she would mind thinking in English, so I can better understand her thoughts.
There's just like she just like shuts down. It's like she's imagining a wall, and she's like, and like flips you off, and they just leave.
I do not understand why I always get these reactions.
Great. Why you gotta do that every single time we meet somebody new? We're never gonna make any friends that way.
Yeah, invasion of privacy a little bit there.
No consent.
I don't understand. I can read your mind.
So it doesn't mean you have to.
But
maybe it's like a billboard, right? Like
I fail to understand why I would not use this resource.
And what I tell you about being cautious? Last time you tried to read my mind, you got a nosebleed.
Yes, but it was worth it.
Luckily, however, it is still not illegal for some unfathomable reasson. So there we are.
I now have your banking information. That is well worth a nosebleed.
Joke's on you. There's nothing in there.
But you will be paid after this delivery.
I hope so.
Wait, so how are we about to be late? Wait, what time do we give for like an ETA?
So it will be whenever we get close by, she will get a text to her telephone or to their telephone, and it will tell them that their delivery is almost there. And then a little tracker will come up. I spearheaded that one. And the little tracker, and they'll see us live. That way, you know you're being watched, and we'll have to operate much more efficiently. Always watched.
So wait, when are we supposed to get this to them?
12, we gave them an estimated delivery date and time. We have a few hours.
You know, it's going to be, it needs to be same day delivery, and the sun's starting to get a little low. Big guy.
We better begin our trek.
Agreed.
So you head...
Well, onward and forward, Brain Pan. You take the lead. You know the place.
Very well. I will not get us lost. This is probably a wise course of action.
All right. Okay. So
it's like having a little GPS. It's only much more expensive.
So you guys have chosen fairly wisely on which way to go. You head through the jungle and so many things I want to do. We're running out of time though. So what we're going to do is you head through the jungle, and this actually was the more peaceful way. It just seemed sort of daunting at first, and you wondered if there would have been more, but it is the more peaceful way. And as you exit through the jungle, you finally see it. Despite the chaos and destruction on the island, despite the explosions, the fighting, the violence, the ice cream truck driving past you without giving you a chance to buy a damn thing, a small, untouched suburban zone. And in the middle of the street, with freshly painted siding, beautifully trimmed flower beds, and a big LGBTQIA+ flag, is the house you're looking for, Mr. Sugar Cat's house himself. But just as the hope in you rises, a whistling sound permeates the air, because falling from a great height is a man you did not expect to see here. He lands with both knees first, with a resounding crack as the pavement splinters and crumples. Yes, it's him, your rival from the villain delivery service, your nemesis, Knee Puncher. The man with the cybernetic knees. But what is he doing here? As you see Mr. Sugar Cat's house in the distance, and he lands on the road, like it's splintering, he's in the way. You hear the as he stands up, his bulky cybernetic knees like lifting his body. And he looks at you and goes, well now. Been a hot second since I seen all of you.
God, this guy is such an asshole.
I could swear the last time we saw him, I told him I was gonna kill him.
I thought he was arrested for dangerous driving under the influence.
I find him to be a worthy adversary, worthy of our respect.
Well, thanks, Baldy. Much appreciated. The rest of you, dare say, what are you doing around these parts?
You're not going to trick us into breaking data protection laws again, knee puncher, I'm afraid to say. That only worked once, and we were fined quite heavily for that, but this time, we will not fall into your trap. Ha!
In fact, you will tell us what you are doing here, and I will use my heel face turn Cypher.
Oh, what is it? I don't even know what I gave you.
A hostile NPC with level equal or below the Cypher level, which is 5. Switches to your side. The NPC will actively aid you, but may not cross certain moral lines depending on its nature. After the conflict is over, or 1 hour, whichever is sooner, the NPC will flee.
Okay, all right. I will give this to you because I'm going to let you sort of like gauge how tough he is and stuff. He is just too high for the Cypher to work on him, unfortunately.
Damn. And then the villain postal service would have been fined a large amount.
I want to toss my flash grenade at him.
Okay, so as he's looking at you, you're all like talking to him, and like D-Fib's just like secretly in the background getting a grenade. All right, let's send it. Let's go. So you've got your detonation flash.
Yeah. Blinding all within immediate range for 1 minute.
Okay.
10 minutes if the Cypher level is 4 or higher, and it is level 6. So blinded for 10 minutes.
Damn. Okay. I
might want me to roll a speed check.
Yeah, I still need a speed check for you, hucking it towards him just to make sure.
So yeah, just efforts. How many levels of effort can I spend? Maximum,
up to 2. Your effort score is 2, so you can spend up to 2 levels of effort.
Spend it all.
What? Do I see D-Fib doing this?
Yeah, I tap you on the shoulder before I throw. I'm like, dude, check this out. Check this out. I got a flashbang.
Is there a way I can rush at the guy and potentially put something on him.
Before the flashbang?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I have a set of night vision goggles.
Oh shit! Also, I realized we've been doing. I guess it didn't matter because you were running before, but because you are marathon and you have fleet of foot, you don't actually have to roll to get up to those longer distances like they do. You can just go there and still do an action. So you are going to be able to just sort of get up to him. I'm going to say he's not expecting it, so I'm going to give you an asset on this, but I would still I want to say probably a speed task for just suddenly trying to put the goggles onto him.
And I'm just trying to make sure because the last time I did this, it didn't seem like it put my effort actually on it.
Oh, okay.
We're going for 2. Yeah, there we go. Do I hit pay and then roll?
No, just hit roll. It'll just
hit
do
roll.
It. Yeah. Difficulty 4, and because he's not expecting this, there's like things just happen out of the blue. He thought he was just talking to you guys. I'm going to say that in this particular case, it works. You're just putting something on his head. So you just go up and you're like, boop. Marathon, I'm going to give it to you that you know the grenade's coming. You're just able to shield your eyes. You don't have to worry about that. 5 is going to be enough, especially with the night vision goggles. This guy is blind. I don't mean for 10 minutes. This guy is just like you, there's even like a little wisp of smoke and just like as like the whole light flashes off and he's wearing the night vision goggles, which were at like full intensity. And there's like even like slight smell of sizzling as he's just there dropping to his like mechanical knees.
Was this meant to be a little bit of a goof, and then he's like, we've accidentally blinded him for life?
That's right. Accidentally.
It was a group effort. 2 people are group.
So he's like blinded and screaming in pain?
Yeah.
Oh, blood pressure wants to start moving forward to get this guy.
All right. Well, at this point, he's not completely incapacitated, so we're going to roll initiative. We're going to get into this. So I would like everyone to go to their character sheets, to your initiative skill. Let's roll that, get into this, and this is going to go entirely differently than I thought it was going to. I love it.
Hey, you told me to use my ciphers.
Yeah, it was amazing. And oh my God, putting the goggles on him. Jeez.
I've seen those in my inventory, and I was like, when am I ever going to use these?
Surprise!
No, when the lightning girl tosses grenades, that's when you use it.
All right. Wow. Okay, and Marathon, you're the first one to react. So you're here, you shielded your eyes, you flip back up, but the guy's he's here on his cybernetic knees, just still sort of reeling in pain as his eyes are probably just scorching holes right now. What are you doing with Knee Puncher in front of you? Oh, wait, sorry. Before you do that, I actually have a thing. I would like to do. I am going to propose an intrusion for you. Would you like it?
Sure. I guess.
You get up there. You pop this thing onto Knee Puncher's face. You see the sizzling, but getting this close to him helps bring back the memories. You're sort of mentally dazed for a moment, almost breathless in a mixture of grief and rage. This is Knee Puncher, the same delivery man who not only killed both your parents, but damaged the package you ordered of super expensive paints for your minis. You can either choose to lose your turn while you compose yourself, or have all tasks hindered by one step for the rest of the scene due to the unresolved
emotional damage.
Oh, I'm letting loose.
Okay, so you're gonna fight through it to do stuff anyway. So you are gonna be hindered as this emotional turmoil is still boiling up inside of you. Got it. So what would you like to do?
I just want to scream at him this is for the last time you punched my knees, and I'm gonna. I guess while he's sitting there freaking out, I'm just gonna take his head and just smash it into my knee.
Oh.
I guess that's an unarmed strike?
Yeah, that would be an unarmed strike. So you're gonna knee puncher. Difficulty 4 is not going to be in. Actually, no, sorry. He is all sorts of badness right now. Difficulty 4 will be enough. Actually, that is 5 damage. Okay. Now he's cybernetic up. He's got a fair amount of armor. So like your knee does connect with him and you hear a crack, like shoving the goggles even like further into his face a bit. But you do know that there's a toughness about him that maybe not all of the damage fully applied to him. Because the way armor works in this system is armor just acts as a damage reduction. So you figure he's probably slightly armored.
With that, so that's my action.
That's your action, but because you're marathon, you can move around, and there's no like attacks of opportunity unless I do like an intrusion or something. So feel free. You can move up to several places away because you're super quick. That's what you do.
I'm gonna move out of the way so that I don't get hit by anything that everyone behind me is about to start slinging at them.
All right. Yeah. Feel free to, if you want to move yourself around, you can.
Yeah, let's go to the house. Sure.
All right. So you like go off to like one of the side, like you're on like the porch of one of the side houses or something there.
Yeah.
Knee puncher finally gets up, ripping the goggles off. You just see like eyes, like kind of milky white, red all around it, burned. Like they're screwed up. You think he's going to need replacement eyes or something. It's a superhero world, thankfully. He's not having a good time. What I'm going to say is defib. I'm going to offer you an intrusion.
Go ahead.
Make my day.
Gotta give it to Marathon this time.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. He stands up, his bulky cybernetic knees suddenly opening up to have some sort of like scanning technology being like bing, bing, bing. As he's able to like narrow in on you, even despite not having his eyes for at least this attack. Yeah, he's going to use his remote knee shot as he launches one of his cybernetic kneecaps at you with rocket-propelled little boosters on it. So I'm going to need.
Makes so little sense.
I'm gonna make. It doesn't have to make sense. It's superheroes. I'm gonna need a speed defense roll from you, please, against this kneecap.
How do I roll speed defense?
So you should have a skill on your character sheet. Defense speed.
Got it. Sorry. Okay. Boom.
There you go. You're getting it. You're getting. Oh, not enough though. Not enough. Even with the sensors and everything, he's on point with this. You are going to take 7 points to your might, please.
Ouch.
As a kneecap goes, like hits you in the gut, you feel a crack as maybe one of your ribs goes in a little bit, and then it rockets back and reattaches back to his leg. And that's gonna be him. Gray matter.
Oh my, I'm hurt.
Yeah, I just saw what happened to that, to defib, and it is prudent to ensure it doesn't happen to me. So I am going to use my divert attacks feature to create a defensive field around myself. And I don't know if I have to make a roll for that. It reads, costs 4 speed points. For 1 minute, you automatically deflect or dodge any ranged projectile attacks. However, on your next turn after you're attacked with the ranged projectiles, all your other actions are hindered. Action to initiate.
You will not need it for this one. You only really need the roll if the GM thinks like you're interacting with someone in particular or something like that.
Okay.
So you're going to be able to just activate it. You just have to pay the cost in this case because of your edge of 2. Yeah. You only have to. I have edge 0 on it's speed. Yeah. So 4 speed. Yeah. And there you go. Yeah, you're deflecting things with your telekinesis and stuff like that, but your other actions are hindered.
I think I only have my other actions hindered if I'm attacked with the ranged projectile. That
is correct. Yeah, just so basically, if you're using it, you're kind of distracted for a hot minute. Awesome. All right. You can still, if you would like to move, it would require a speed check, or you can just stay where you are in the immediate zone and move anywhere.
Attempt a speed check. Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
That is enough. Yes, you can move up to one area, one zone away, up to a short distance.
All right.
Awesome. All right. Moving on. Defib. Back to you. Your rib is hurting from that kneecap.
Yeah, I got the shit beaten out of my knee.
Yeah. Knee puncher, knee punched you.
I'm gonna use Bolt Rider. So legit, I cast some lightning in front of me, and it turns into this really cool motorcycle, almost like a Kira type thing, right? And it step on, and instantly I teleport to the guy, and then but that is an action, so I'm even more screwed than before. But I don't think I do.
Still, that's really badass.
Is a medical check in action?
Medical check, it is an action, yes. If you're like trying to heal, well, are you trying to heal someone, or are you just trying to like suss something out and figure something out?
No, heal myself.
Oh, okay, no, that's an action to try and like bandage yourself up and stuff.
So the motorcycle disappears.
Electric motorcycle. That's badass.
Like,
I love it. All right, Patrice, what is HR doing in this situation?
Initiative, it said minor effect. What does that mean?
Oh, I didn't even see the minor effect. I'm sorry. So, major and minor effects. So, major effects are usually something pretty game-changing, where like you can like get extra actions or extra attacks, anything like that. Minor effect is something small that might give you a little bit of a bonus, or maybe you find something you were looking for. You can be kind of creative with it, just like it's a little minor extra of some kind.
Okay.
Quick toilet break.
Sure. In that case, then, can it be that my app suddenly buzzes as this fighting is going on, as I like notice that basically your delivery is due to arrive in 5 minutes, that auto sends off whenever we get within the radius of the package delivery, like pings, and that sends me into a flurry of panic because we have to be at the door. So I will immediately basically remind everybody to remember there is that pizza party if we get it on time. We have 5 minutes, people. You must defeat your nemesis now. And I will try to take the encouragement ability.
Oh, there you go. Has. Yeah. Okay.
That allows me to inspire all around me with attack actions, tasks.
You're going to choose attack tasks for this one? Okay. Yeah, because you can do defense tasks, attack tasks, or something skilled.
It says short range. So will that not affect, will that affect
your allies within short range? So right now it's just affecting gray matter, blood pressure, and yourself.
Okay.
I will, because of your panic, I'll tell you, I'd let you do a player intrusion if you wanted to, like, embrace this panic and actually affect all of your allies.
Yeah, well, what I'll do is it's basically the ping goes off on everyone's phone. I send it to everyone's phone, so they all feel the vibrate in their like cell phone. So they're aware now that they have 5 minutes.
There you go.
They have to get it, or else they lose their hazard pay.
So in this case, yeah, if you want to affect everybody, it would cost you an experience point, but you're able to like get everyone hyped about this. Like, if you want to get paid. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I will tap that.
And you don't have to worry about the cost for encouragement because your edge is high enough, so that just kind of happens. If you would like, I let the guy in my Sunday game do this. You don't have to roll. If you want to roll for something, you don't have to. You may. You never know if a nat 20 happens, but a nat 1 can also happen, so it's a gamble.
If you don't have to roll, don't roll.
Okay. All right. Well, I go with that. So in that case, yes. Yeah. So we will keep that in mind. Everyone has a asset on their attack tasks. So yeah, everyone's like supercharged now, which is really nice. Blood pressure, you're feeling this urgency coming from your HR department. Like, hey, time's a ticking.
Blood pressure looks and says, "Don't worry, Patty, because I'm going to paint this island with his blood!" And pulls out the rifle and just starts firing at him. Beats difficulty 8.
Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, that definitely hits with 8 damage.
8 damage.
Okay.
So for ammunition, I've got 3 ammo for the rifle. Do I deduct that by 1?
So I'm running this for like the stuff from Cypher Foundations. So if you're shooting it, excuse me, it's a depletion. So roll a d6 for me. So you rolled a 3. You had 3. It actually does go down by 1.
It goes down by 1?
Yeah. If you roll your ammo amount equal to or higher, then you reduce it. Or sorry, equal to or lower, then you reduce it.
Oh, it's on. Yeah, I'll spend an experience to keep unloading into this.
All right, so you're just like, whoa, let's go.
Hey.
a GM intrusion.
I'll give it to you this time.
You're giving. Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. Oh, I've got choices. No, I'm not going to make you shoot defib. That's without the experience. That's that would be too mean. I am going to say something in your gun jams. I need a speed defense roll from you, please, as it like part of the barrel like explodes. You are going to take 2 off of your might. It ignores armor, as like the gun just like bam and like disintegrates in your hand basically, as it goes off, and it hurts a little bit.
It hurts, yeah. Now I'm gonna have to get up close and personal.
Yeah, you are.
And I need to roll to be able to move up that 1 space now that I've
Yes,
fired, right?
that is correct. Speed check to have moved and done stuff. Not enough.
22? Not enough? Okay.
You're so dazed, like your hand is hurting, everything going on. You're not able to actually like move up at this time. Marathon, you're just kind of chilling on a porch right now. What's happening?
I backed up knowing that there was just a maelstrom of hell getting thrown on that guy.
Yeah.
I am gonna just run right at him and just try to like drop kick him right across the face.
Oh, let's go. All right. Yeah, you don't have to roll for the movement because you're marathon. That's what you do. And yeah, let's drop kick this dude.
All right. So that is unarmed strike.
That's correct. Yeah, you're all punchy. You don't really have much in the way of weapons.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Damn.
But you also do a lot of damage. Normally, the punches do like 2 damage. So like, you're doing fairly good on it. Unless you miss, like that.
I will blow experience to re-roll it.
All right, give her. Oh, you've got like 5 experience.
5.
Jeez. I'm giving too many.
All right.
Oh, let's go. Would you like a minor effect or just add 3 onto the damage?
3 damage.
3 damage? So that's 8 damage in total. Oh, boy.
Start to turn your nose up at +3 damage.
Yeah, just with that drop kick, I just wanted to like just smash across and like nearly turn off his off button. You know what I mean? Like knock the jaw around.
Yeah, he's not looking great. He's still up, but like he goes down to one of his cybernetic knees. There's like sparks as it scrapes across, as your momentum is enough because of that raw speed that Marathon has, that it's just like down the asphalt.
And I think that's it, right? That's like
that's about all you can do because you've already moved and then you kind of like hit him real good.
Yeah.
Knee Puncher's turn, however. He is now that he has 2 people up and close to him. He is going to use his double knee attack with a mighty backflip as he brings both knees up, attempting to hit each of you with 1 knee. So we're going to start with defib. Can you give me a speed defense roll against the right knee?
I can. Speed defense roll.
He's trying to knee punch you in the face.
Oh my god, he's got 2 knees. Look out.
That is going to be a successful knee punch unless you're doing a reroll on that.
Nah.
Signature
Oh yeah, I will.
You will? Okay.
I got a lot of experience. Who is giving me experience points? I got a lot of them. I'm gonna re-roll them.
I've given it a good number of GM intrusions. Probably more than you normally would be getting.
I rolled a number.
Yeah.
I am
not doing great. So that is going to be 5 points. 6 points off of your might.
I am 1 step down the damage track. Then I have 0. Does it go?
Any leftover carries over to your speed pool. So it goes might, speed, then intellect.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm really hurt.
Okay, so you are going to be set to impaired, which means effort costs an extra 1 point per level. You ignore minor and major effect results on rolls, and you only ever get the +1 damage on high rolls for combat. You don't get the +2, 3, or 4.
Where can I see the damage track?
Go to your combat tab, and it's one of the first things there.
Perfect level costs 1+4.
Yeah, it'll show you all the effects. Good. Good. I like it. This makes the GM happy. And then we are going to move on to Marathon. You are getting the left knee.
Remembering that this is the knee that killed my father.
Oh no, Papa! Yeah,
no! I see this one coming. Do you want me to roll speed? What was it?
Speed defense, please. Yes, you should have your skill for speed defense there.
We're gonna make sure we put some effort in on this because all the bad memories.
You can still see
this is your nemesis, you know.
No!
So that's not enough.
Oh, we are.
Papa Killer's coming in.
Rolling XP on that.
Okay, all right. Yes.
No. Not the left knee.
Yeah. Do you have more experience to spend, or are we good there? Is Papa Killer coming in?
I mean, this is part of Marathon's destiny, right?
Yeah. All right.
Nice. I got to tell a story.
All right, so in this case, yeah, the knee comes up. You feel the crack. It is going to be 6 points from your might pool. I'm going to say that, like, no mechanical benefit to this or anything, but, like, as this left knee comes up and you hear, like, the sickening crack, like, against your jaw. You're not sure if it's maybe slightly cracked or like, broken or something. It's an explosion of pain, and it's like a flashback, like a trauma flashback. You were there when Knee Puncher killed your father, and you can just envision it happening.
Look, immediately we're like, Daddy?
Papa, can you hear me? Gray Matter, you are calculating everything that's happening here. What are you doing?
Yes. I want to try to move and take an action.
Yes, you can do that.
Move by one. Okay.
Yep.
What's the difficulty of that?
It is a 4 difficulty 4 speed task.
Let's give it a try.
To either move 1 and take an action, or move 2. There you go. You're good.
Aha.
What a time to not have dental. All right. So you're able to go forward. And what are you doing?
All right. I see what just happened to Marathon, and I am going to remind Knee Puncher that you may have killed Marathon's parents, but let's not forget that your parents said you were dumb.
Ooh.
And that will be a mental onslaught.
Harsh.
To do intellect damage, which ignores armor.
It does ignore armor.
And I will throw 2 effort into it. One as a ease to ease the task, and 1 to deliver extra damage.
Oof. Let's go. Is this a big moment? Let's see.
And I do believe my effort has been eased even more by Patrice, correct?
Yeah, I would consider this attack. Yeah, so you can ease it by 1. Yeah.
All right.
Don't apply it as effort because that'll cost you. In the roll near the bottom, there's the eased by. You can put a 1
by other uses.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
or not effort. There's the ease. Bonus or penalty to roll. Difficulty modifier. It says under additional modifiers at the bottom. Put difficulty modifier eased by 1.
All right.
You got it. You got it, Pontiac.
All right. There we go.
Oof.
3's not going to be enough.
Oof,
I will spend my experience and try one more time.
Do a reroll. All right.
Here we go.
I think it auto deducts. Oh my god! With a nat 20, that is a ridiculously more than you need. What did you do to this guy? Like, he's done. What did you do to him?
His greatest insecurity, which I had calculated from the beginning, is that he's dumb. And for his parents to have pointed it out is the most painful memory that he can ever recall. And it's the embarrassment of knowing that everyone knows how stupid he is.
All right. So
is the most devastating thing, worse than any physical torture he could endure.
So he didn't die per se. He just gave up on life. Like, he is just a catatonic shell now. Just like
I imagine he's not dead. He's just a blubbering, fetal position. Take him away.
You're dumb. No one loves you.
Perhaps years of therapy might help.
It's like death by ennui.
Yeah.
So he's just
But
on
I
the
know,
road.
I know, I'm aware of the health plan of the company he works for, and I do believe this is the last we'll see of him.
Yeah, he's just on the road, just like, I'm nobody. No one loves me. And just like he's
I'm
like
so
reaching
stupid.
out.
I'm so stupid.
I love it. So that's how you defeated the bad guy. You just like, yeah, he's on the ground. He's given up. He's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just whispering in his ear, stupid, so dumb.
Here's the thing. Even if he's giving up, blood pressure is likely going to continue to.
I need
bad
you
things
to
to
make
him.
your role. That's right. You go nuts. You rage.
Yeah, she was attempting to kill this man, and that is
Okay.
still the intent.
Great Matter's backing off then.
Yeah, what is it's berserk. Okay, so it's an intellect task to stop fighting people. Okay, you're fine. You're able to like bite on your arm or something. Yeah, I forgot about that. You have berserk. Like you may be like, I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
So I am going to say combat is over. This thing is a blubbering mess. But Marathon, you're still standing over him, looking at the man who, on one hand, killed your parents, but in an even worse hand, destroyed your mini paints. Are you saying anything to him? Doing anything?
I mean, first, just come down with the right. This is for the Citadel Blacks. And like smash one. All my washes. You come down with the elbow.
Oh,
And finally the primers, and just stomp down.
are you like crushing his knees and stuff like that, like his cybernetic knees and everything?
Oh, I just look at his knees and I was like, and you have a stupid superpower, and walk away.
Like each hit, you just hear from Knee Puncher. Oh, I am stupid.
The pathos of this, a single tear runs down Patrice's eye, her cold exterior pierced for once.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And then I look back and I spit on him, and that's for my parents, and keep walking.
So with that, you see Mr. Sugarcat's house in front of you. I believe DFib is the one that has the package right now. What do you do?
I ring the doorbell.
You ring the doorbell. Mr. Sugarcat's house. You have the package. There is no answer, and the lights seem off inside of the house. You don't think anyone's home?
Just leave the package on the front porch and take a picture.
Do we have a save destination set up? Did he did the app thing where
Let me
like,
check.
or is it the drop-off point? Maybe.
Does he have a safe space designated? You want
You don't see it. No, he's just got like a normal like house in the front porch. No,
Is
like
there-
Dropbox.
Is there like a default thing where if you're not there to get your package, it ends up like across town?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna
was
say at this
presented-
point you just gotta take your picture. You just leave the package on the porch, and you're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll use my smartphone to take a picture.
Okay.
I'll just drop it somewhere behind a plant or something like that. It's probably a
Yeah,
plant there.
Take like the mat and we'll like kind of cover it a little bit.
Okay, like the house mat's half over.
The half-assed effort you normally get from the delivery person.
Got it. Yeah.
We're right at that level.
And were we on time?
You just made it within time.
But it is an important package, right? It's an expensive thing, right? What we are delivering.
Probably
So-
not. It wasn't signed for.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, you don't know.
You know what I'll do? Is there a handle or something on the package? I'm gonna say
No.
yes because
Oh, sure.
oh shit, I want to handcuff it. I got handcuffs and I want to use them this game, so I want to handcuff it.
I mean, the
to
package is all beaten up and like it was like the brown manila.
But, that's not my fault. I just want to do my job, and I'm going to handcuff it somewhere,
Okay.
and then I'm going to put the keys of the handcuffs in the mailbox.
Okay, all
There
right.
you go.
So you like rip part of like the packaging outside of like put handcuffs like looped through it.
Through the cardboard. Just through the cardboard or something like that.
We are not paying for that. You will have to replace those handcuffs yourself out of your own pay.
So with that, you got the package here. Your job was your job, and you did it well. As you stand there looking at each other, and then feel a need to get off the island, of course. The sounds of violence calming around you. Finally, all of everything that's happened, it's clearing from your head, and the last of your fleeting memories of finally coming back to you, and it hits you. You all forgot to sign the overtime sheet. Thank you for playing Postmasters of the Universe. That's all we got for today.
I do want to use my last experience to say that blood pressure while everybody was sitting there like trying to secure the package went back and killed Kneecap.
Just like, screw you.
They come back and she's like, Ottoman's like slamming his head against one of the houses.
Oh, man. Fucking blood pressure.
God
I
damn.
love it. And I want to say, in the distance, as you guys walk away, you see like a villain package thief that's like part griffin, like swooping, just like, steal the package and leave.
we have our picture.
Hands off, we're good, whatever.
Gray Matter cares nothing after the delivery is made.
Yep.
So thank you everyone for joining in the little one shot that we held here. It was super, super awesome to do. These things are always fun for me. And you guys were bloody awesome to have.